Hey, it's Christine. In this video, let's talk about delayed financing. Hey, I'm so glad to be with you. Delayed financing is coming up a lot in terminology right now. I'm hearing a lot of people talking about it, and it's because there are so many people paying cash money for a home and then realize they're cash poor and they want to get that money out of their property. And traditionally speaking, the lenders require you to own that home for 6 months. So if a loan officer doesn't know about the term or the loan program called delayed financing, they're going to say, oh, you're going to have to be on ownership or on title for 6 months before we can do a cash out refinance. So this allows you to do it right away. And actually, it has to be done in the first 6 months of ownership. So that means from the day that you've purchased to the day that the loan funds, it has to take place within 6 months. So we have a lot of people who are paying cash money for their home because perhaps from another state, they've sold their home, they're moving to a new state. You may not have employment set up quite yet, and that means you wouldn't necessarily qualify for financing, or you just want to be the most attractive buyer out there by buying a home cash money and having to not worry about all of the contingencies and stickiness of financing and appraisals and all of those things that go along with financing a purchase of a home. So now you've got all of your cash wrapped up into this house and you really want to take it out. That's where delayed financing comes in. So I'd love to share with you the requirements on this program so that you have a better understanding and you're clear on what delayed financing means. So first and foremost, there's not a lien or a loan secured against this property in order to pay off. In other words, you paid cash for this property. So it could have been cash money from your savings. It could have been you borrowed it from your 401k. You had a HELOC or a home equity line on your prior home and you used that cash to put it here. However that is, you just couldn't have had a mortgage that you're paying off. You are reimbursing yourself that cash, and it's all the way up to 80%. If it's your primary home, we can do up to 80% cash back to you. It's a little bit less, it's 70% if it's an investment home for you. Another requirement is we have to prove where that cash came from that you purchased that home with. So if you sold a prior home, we're going to ask for that closing disclosure from the sale of that home to prove that you walked away with that amount of cash. What they're trying to do is make sure that it's not gift monies that you are going to now go and pay a family member back for. They don't want to use this loan for that. They would actually have you wait and be on title for 6 months and then do a cash out refinance. Another requirement is the purchase has to be arm's length transaction. So in other words, you can't buy grandma's home at a really great price, because if grandma was a seller, then it's no longer an arm's length transaction. In other words, you have no relationship with the seller at all, other than they're the seller and you're the buyer. You're not family, you're not friends, you don't have any kind of affiliation in business, anything like that.